Hi everyone, welcome to your Saturday edition of Project Life video here at Two Peas in a Bucket. I'm gonna go ahead and get started here today. You can kind of see that I've planned out a little bit how it's gonna look, and I'm just gonna take everything off and then go through each individual pocket here one by one. And as you look at it, I kind of have a black, white, red, and yellow color scheme going on, and it wasn't exactly intentional. If you've watched my videos before, you know it just kind of comes together how it comes together, and I don't really worry about colors, but it came together like that. So there you go, that was good. So I'm going to start on this pocket right here. And Two Peas now has the Project Life kits, the core kits, in this store, as well as all the, page protectors like this, albums, envelopes, goodness, they have everything. The papers, the designer papers, of which I'll use a little bit in here on this video as well. So this is one of the kind of journaling cards that come in the midnight edition of the Project Life kit. That's the kit I have, and I love it because it's neutral. Because I'm really liking black and white. It has a lot of black and white elements, and it kind of goes with papers and embellishments that you already have. All of the kits have great elements and color schemes to them. I just happen to be drawn to the Midnight Edition one. So this is a great card in the kit, and it would be perfect just to leave it like this, to add a word, to add a date, whatever, or like I said, just leave it. But I'm going to take this hello, see if you can see it, this hello stamp from Embellishments. I'm going to ink it up, and we are going to stamp on that. A lot of my photos this week have to do with summer, so I'm going to use the hello here and stamp that, and then add summer to it. So we'll try to get this right the first time, because I don't think there's another card like this in the kit. A lot of the there we go. A lot of the cards have multiples, but there's a few that are just one image of it. So there's this. I'm going to type summer. It's simple. It says hello summer, and I like combining the stamping with the typing because I do a lot of typing. So that is actually going to be my challenge for you this week, is to take a pre-made journaling card or insert card. Doesn't have to be necessarily from a Project Life kit, but if you have a Project Life kit, you have a lot of those cards, and add something to it. Add some, an embellishment, or, the stamping, or however you want to go about it. But kind of add something to a card that's already made. So I'm just gonna leave this one like this. I have cards, I have other elements going here that have some color, like this one here. We had went on a little downtown excursion, and the boys were jumping excited because we were done, because I was doing some shopping, and they were glad that the shopping was over. So the background paper is actually, like I mentioned, the kits now have coordinating designer paper, and this is one that coordinates with the Midnight Edition of Project Life. So it has cute little hello perfection, here and now, you are loved, embrace the everyday in the moment, little typed sayings. So we're going to use that. And I like the this really colorful photo against the black and white paper. And here I went ahead and typed my journaling just right on the photo. This photo had a good little blank space here, so I thought that worked out good there. Just gonna put that there. And then this is a cute little wood veneer from Basic Gray. It says, hey. And they kind of were like, hey, we're glad to be done shopping with our mom. So I'm going to add that there. I just put a little bit of adhesive, but what I'm going to end up doing is sewing across it. So I just need the adhesive just for a little placement. This is a little veneer die cut, or excuse me, not veneer, vellum die cut from Studio Calico's Atlantic line. I just wanted to add that here, and then I'm going to add this is from Crepe Paper, this little cupcake brad. And the reason I'm going to do that is because why I'm using a cupcake brad is after we were done, I had told them, if you're really good, we'll go downtown for cupcakes. So that's what we did. So they were happy. I'm going to make a little mark on my photo and then use my scissors to make my little hole here for my bread to go through. There we go. Okay, so there's that. So we have the beginnings here going on. And I kind of like those side by side. You know, you have the black and white going on and something a little more colorful and busy and something a little more simple. I don't really usually think too much about it, but in case you're wondering my thoughts as I'm going along, that's what I'm thinking here. Okay. Here is a photo of my son, and it's black and white, and I don't ever mind mixing black and white photos with colorful photos on layouts or Project Life, but he was reading Treasure Island. He was actually finishing up Treasure Island, and he had the cutest little quote, and he said, "Mom, it's the best book I've ever read." So I took another one of the journaling cards from the Midnight Edition of Project Life. It already had this label, so I just typed in Treasure Island, and then I typed his quote. And here you will see that I took some, I believe, yes, this is Bella Boulevard, their little designer tape, kind of like washi tape, but a little not quite as translucent, I guess you would say. Anyway, I started typing the word quote on the journaling card. See if I can show you. Or I started typing something, I don't remember. Anyway, and it messed up. So I just decided to go ahead and add some color onto the card. So I just typed over the tape, and we're good to go. It added a little bit of color, and I have some yellow going on in some other places, so that was easy. But you can use your typewriter, or probably even print it off on your computer on the washi tape. You would just put your tape down on the paper and run it through your printer, and that's exactly what I did. I just laid my tape down and then did the typewriter quoted on there. These are cute flags from Basic Gray from their knee highs and bow ties line, and this says awesome, and I was just so proud of him for really getting into a book like that. And so I love these toothpicks, but it's really not going to work here. So what you can do is they just have a little bit of glue. If you twist the toothpick, most of the time it'll just slip right out. And that's another way to use those, because I've had some people ask how you use those, but I'm just going to use this awesome here. It just to add a little bit to the photo, and it kind of points to his little quote over here. So I'll end up adding some sewing to that, I'm sure, but for now I'm just going to put it right down here. If I pointed up here, it'd point to his head, which would be fine too, but I'm going to point down here. Okay, so we have that going on here. And let's see. This is a super simple little pocket here. It is just some pattern paper from Dear Lizzie's Lucky Charm line. And this is Echo Park has this really great piece of, I'm pretty sure it's Echo Park, has this really great piece of paper that has like a chalkboard effect. So I just, this die cut is from the 2 Peas in a Bucket digital store. So I cut that out and I just sewed it down here, and it's just the perfect little simple little insert there. And it has a little bit of the red that we have little splashes of, a little bit in the cherry. There'll be a little bit of red down here. So I just kind of like the stripes there. And just a simple insert. We kind of have a few more simple little pockets here. I don't know if they're called inserts or pockets. I go back and forth. So anyway, we have a few of those going on. But I just loved a little bit of sewing. And would you notice, can we just see that I actually sewed that kind of straight? I never sew straight. I was really shocked. So anyway, be shocked with me. There you go. It's straight. Okay. Moving on. Another little summary thing here that happened this week was we have a pineapple whip. It's kind of like those pineapple drinks you get at, I think, like Disney. But anyway, we've been visiting that a lot this summer so far. So that was one of our first times there, and I'm going to Two Peas in a Bucket now has these exclusive arrow clips in different colors. I have a set of the white ones, so we're going to use that as a simple little embellishment to point to, whoops, I'm going to use the bigger side here. I like that you can use either side. Actually, you can layer them too. We're going to point to the yummy little pineapple whip, and then I'm going to take these Studio Calico letter stickers here and add the word yum to it. And of course, I'm using my thumb as a little holder here of letters, as we do. Okay. So I like that I kind of have the pineapple whip. It's kind of the title for me without having to really add anything else. So I'm just going to add, let's see where we're going to place the yum here. I might move this arrow down a little bit. I like that they move, they're coated so it doesn't scratch your photo, or at least I haven't ever had it scratch my photo as I'm moving it and, you know, playing around and placing it. And of course the M is crooked, but we're going to get over that and not be worried about it. Okay, and I might come back and add a few little enamel dots or some kind of embellishment on that. Probably sew the word yum down. So there are those pockets. And we just have a couple more left here. We had some, our first cannonballs of the summer season, so you got to document that, right? So this paper is from Studio Calico, and I liked this in this corner. One, because of the anchors. We're not really going on vacation on a boat or anything, but of course I think anchors just work perfect in a pool, anything to do with water, bath time, whatever. But I liked how we had the black and white here, a bigger black and white piece of background paper, and then a bigger black and white piece of background paper there. Again, it wasn't necessarily planned, but it kind of looks good that they're diagonal across from each other. This is another die cut that's in the store. It has a whole little section of phrases like this and different labels and tags and things, but I really liked this clip, so I'm going to use that right here with the "you are here." We're going to put that down there. Add that there. And then I wanted to add, again, I told you I would be bringing in a little bit of the red. This is a label from October Afternoon, and to be able to type on them, I take a scrap piece of paper. This got ripped, so it's been in my little scrap pile. So I took this and put it on the paper, ran it through my typewriter, and was pulling it out. Now, some label stickers are you can pull them off. You're going to get that, but that's not really going to matter because you can't tell it, for one, and two, the sticky's pretty much gone, but we're just going to use our adhesive here, and we're going to put it here. First cannonballs of summer. We scored them an 8.5, so they have a little bit of improvement to do. Here's another one of those little vellum circles from the Atlantic line. This is anchors away, so we're just going to put that there with the anchor paper and the water photo. Actually, I'm gonna need a little bit more room for that. So let's see. I'm gonna move this up just a touch so we can add this to there. Let's see here. And actually, I'm gonna put a little bit of the tape, but I think I might end up coming back through and using a few of my little staples here. So we're going to go with that right there. Trying to keep this straight for you. And then our last section here, my littlest guy had his kindergarten shots. So that was a huge bummer. He had to end up having 4. So we went out for froyo afterward, because that helps everybody, right? So we had to document that because that was a kind of a big deal this week, or the week that this took place. This is another one of the cards from the Midnight Edition. It has a cute label on one side and hearts on the other. I'm going to use the hearts. It kind of goes along with the yellowish color that we have going on here with the stripes on the tape. And I'm going to slide this up. This is a really cool stamp. Allison Kreff design for Webster's Pages. I believe that's right. But it's kind of like almost like an Instagram Polaroid type stamp, and it says heart this, well, it has a heart, and it says love this photo. So I'm going to actually stamp that right here. Another way to, as we did up on this one, kind of add some stamping to a pre-existing journaling card. So I'm just going to get this. I'm not a perfect stamper. I'm okay with that. But so many of you stamp perfectly. I don't know how you do it. Okay. I'm going to move this up here. We're going to stamp right on that. And I always kind of wiggle it around and push it, trying to get a good image as it's wiggling my camera. Sorry. There, I kind of like that. It's a little faded look, which works for me. Okay. Slide this down and see how it's going to look. So our little photo is going to go here. And the colors, coincidentally, in the photo kind of go along with the little hearts there. So that's cute. Now you could totally do a couple things. You could use your X-Acto knife, trim this out, put the photo in from behind it, trim your photo down to go inside here. That would look totally cute as well. Maybe we should do that. Let's do that. Okay, so I trimmed it a little bit, and lo and behold, it's a little too small on the side, which, if you know me, is not surprising because I don't measure anything, which is why I'm not good at a lot of crafts, including sewing and crocheting, and there's no counting and stuff. I can't do that. Okay, anyway. Tangent over. I am just going to slide that in there. Or, excuse me, just tape that down in there. I think it looks cool, very cute how it turned out there. So this is another piece of paper. It's kind of grayish zigzags on one side and diagonal stripes on the other, from the Midnight Edition of Project Life, and the designer paper pack. And I'm going to just take that there. I went ahead and typed my journaling. I'll end up, adding some sewing and probably a little embellishment or two there. So that's going to go there. Let's see what else we have here. This is another one of those flags, and it says thumbs up, and he had done such a good job. And again, just twist it. Twist that toothpick, it'll slide right out. He had done such a good job with his shots that I thought this thumbs up was perfect. We actually both ended up crying. I was crying because he was crying, and he was crying, well, because it just hurt. So, bless his heart. So we're going to give him a thumbs up there. I'm just going to put this down here. I'll end up adding some sewing somewhere. And then these, I love these basic stars from Basic Gray. These are the silver ones. I also have some that are like more bronze looking. But I'm just going to take that and put that right here. For no reason other than he was a little superstar that day. So we are going to add that there. Okay, so this is kind of how it's ended up looking. I'm going to go do some sewing, and then I will, let me move this down so you can see it, do some sewing and come back and show you how it ended up. So here is our final page. I'll lift it up and show you a little bit of what I did. This pocket stayed the same. I just sewed a little bit across the hay, and I've always sewn across wood veneer, so I wouldn't want to say that your machine won't break, but so far my machine hasn't broken, or my needle hasn't broken. Here I added just a little stitch below that, kept that pocket pretty simple. I added a couple little of those stars that I showed you that I also have going on down here. a little bit of sewing around the quote. I tend to sew little rectangles around journaling and quotes. I don't know why. That is, kind of defines them a little bit. This one stayed the same. Excuse me for this glare. It's so hard with these protectors. Over here, I sewed down the yum, and I went ahead and added a couple little enamel dots and a little piece, a little corkboard type piece that I trimmed to fit inside the arrow clip. It was just something fun and kind of helped to bring out the white arrow against the light colored photo. So that was kind of fun. Down here, I did the sewing again around the journaling. Added a date up here. I don't have a whole lot of dates on my photos or what week it is, so that kind of helps me know where I am in my album. Again, with the little star that matches the other two. And here's our little cannonball. And all I did here was add a couple of yellow enamel dots, and that helps kind of tie in the yellow that we have going on up here and a few of the little yellow dots over there. So there you have it, this week's kind of summary project life. Thanks so much for joining me, and have a great Saturday.